On Biden's first day as president, he signed an executive order that many say was a huge leap for trans rights. Others say it was a backward step for women's because it allowed males who transitioned to females to compete in women's athletics at all levels. I talked with Hannah Scoggins, South Carolina's #1 ranked women's MMA fighter, about her take on Biden's order.
Scientifically, there's still not a female. In larger hearts, lung capacity, oxygen in the blood, fast twitch muscle fibers. I mean, there's like a huge list, bone density, like that stuff doesn't change. And those are huge advantages over women. Where if it heads that way, that's scary. You know, it's just not fair, in my opinion. And a lot of women on both sides of the aisle, it's not fair. Women have worked really hard to get to where we are. And I mean, I just think that we need to take care of women's rights and keep it equal for everyone. I mean, there's weight classes for a reason. The reason there's always been male and female. I have no problem with you being trans at all. Like I don't have an issue with it. That's your right. You can do that. When you start infringing on my rights and stuff, that's where it gets shady.
Hannah mentioned that it might be best to create a separate league for transgender athletes so that it would be fair and everyone would get the opportunity to play. Jamaica Smith, a junior playing basketball and running track at White Knoll High, agreed with Hannah's comment, but was still for transgender women playing on the women's team.
Okay, I support it. I don't care. I support it. I said I support it because, like, you know, with me, I'm gay. People think that they're gonna have more of an advantage because they're born, a different gender. They're women at the end of the day, so they should be allowed to do what they want to do. The moral of the story.
On Wednesday, a group went to the State House to show support for a bill called Save the Women's Sports Act. If passed, this bill would prevent transgender women from competing on the women's sports teams at the middle and high school levels. Last week, Nancy Hogshead McCarr, author of Equal Play and civil rights lawyer, spoke at the House Judiciary Committee for this bill, wanting inclusion for trans athletes as well as to protect women's rights.
How do we have trans inclusion here? We need to be thinking about how do we protect the girls and women's category. That is as protected as a weight class is protected. There is another place for trans athletes to be able to compete, and that is the boys and men's team.
For Carolina News, I'm Logan Gray.